What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. I got a follow-up video here for you. Yesterday we ran the ozone filtration system thing that we have on this Canyon. And today we're gonna see if it smells better. It does. It smells cleaner, but it still has a sort of like a tinge to it. There's definitely an underlying smell. I wonder if I open all the windows up, if that would help throughout the day. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that the customer, when they come in, they get to smell what it would smell like when the vehicle's closed up. So I'm not going to do that. It could just be the heat and the fact that it's been closed up for, you know, maybe 18 hours or so, but it definitely doesn't smell as bad. I'm going to have to update you on what their thoughts are when they come to see it around 4:30, 5 o'clock tonight. In other news, the Corvette customer picked up his car and we're going to take his trade out for a ride. Was that not the quietest Corvette startup you ever heard in your life? You know, this is a factory exhaust on a 2013 Corvette. It's a 1LT. This has the 6.2 liter. If I remember correctly, it's 430 horsepower. Has a 6-speed manual and 11,104 miles, which is just, it's a nice car for somebody who wants something that's performance oriented. You can mod it out, you can do whatever you want, have a lot of fun with it. And really the first thing you have to do is change an exhaust, you know, because these are so quiet. What I'm gonna do right now is just take a quick spin in this car because I kind of want to get the feel of the stick shift and just remember what it was like to drive one of these cars, you know, as a daily driver. I don't know if I'm able to do this while shifting, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I remember this feel. I remember this feel. This is something I loved. What I really liked about this car when I had it was, you know, I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'5". I mentioned that in a lot of my videos. Look at how much room I have for my leg. Look at the headroom I have. You know, it's like an inch, maybe an inch and a half. You know, this was a comfortable car. I fit in this thing like a glove. The moment I sat in a C7, I knew the car was too small for me. I knew it was gonna be something that would have been uncomfortable. And in that car, like right now, my eye line is like sort of right here. In that car, my eye line is like here. Like I almost look directly at the visor. One thing I can say in the C8 that I sat in when we had the tour car, I didn't feel that way. I felt more like I feel in this car, you know, which is a good thing. So if I can ever get this YouTube channel to take off and make a couple extra bucks, maybe I'll buy myself a C8. Wouldn't that be awesome? So please subscribe, help me out. All right, I'm gonna take a little drive in this car, focus on shifting, and when I get back, I'll take some footage of the exterior for you. All right, camera's going back on. This is awesome. This feels just like old times. The stick shift feels great. The car just pulls, and I tell you, the exhaust sounds better as you get on the RPM range. You know, at idle, it's very quiet, but as you get up to 3,000-4,000 RPM, it sounds very good. You know, it's not a aftermarket performance style good as far as the exhaust go, but can definitely hear it. I miss having a car with power. Oh man, I miss having a car with power like this. This is awesome. And these cars rode so nice too. Like when I had mine, I took it cross country. I drove it to Florida a number of times. I drove it to South Dakota. I drove it to Kentucky. Like I took some long road trips in it. And just sitting in the seat, you know, the position that I'm in, it just, this car, I always said, like I fit in this car like a glove. Like it just fits like a glove. Downshift and... I will say driving a stick shift is like riding a bike. This feels like exactly how my car felt. And you know, I know I drive stick shifts at work, not often, but when we get them in, I had a Jeep Wrangler that was a stick shift, but you know, this thing, it's awesome. I love it. All right, enough fun. Back to the dealership. Is Dave from Schumacher. All right, so good news, we'll do that deal. 3,000 down, 10,000 miles a year, 360 per month on the one you looked at when you were here. When would you want to pick the vehicle up? Last appointment's like 5 o'clock. We're here till like 6:30. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you an email with like a credit application link and all the stuff that I'm gonna need if you can just email it over. Very good. I'll send an email with all the stuff we'll need. I thank you very much, and we'll get everything together for you. No problem. Thank you. Just sold the Chevy Traverse. It's actually this one right here, 2020 LT model. They were here the other day. They did a curbside test drive. Whoa! And now I can get it gassed up, cleaned up, email them everything that they're gonna need, and they'll pick it up tomorrow afternoon. Did the new car gas card? Hold on. Do it the right way.
What's the right way? Oh.
I can't reach. I want to play a little game with you right now in the comment section of this video. So I have to fill 3 vehicles. I have to fill a Trax, I have to fill an Equinox, and I have to fill this Traverse. So in the comments, which vehicle took the most gas on this fill up? Which vehicle took the most gas to fill up? Drop that down in the comments. Now I know the obvious thought is gonna be, well, the Traverse is the biggest vehicle, probably with the biggest tank, but we don't know how much gas is in each of these 3 vehicles to start. So that is what's gonna make it interesting. I have my 4:30 appointment coming on these 3 GMC Canyons that we were talking about. So I got the keys to all of them, ready to go. Doing with leather and everything. So this is the more expensive of the 3. This one's not that bad. I want to have this black one cleaned that we brought in from the other store, just to kind of make it look as nice as possible. I did notice there's a little bit of a scratch on the side right here. So let's see if we can kind of do anything about that, maybe buff that out. And just make it look as presentable as possible for these folks. This way they can make their decision. These 2 trucks, this one and that black one there that we've been talking about with the smoke smell, are really like the identical truck, the same price, similar mileage, everything. The silver one's a little bit more expensive by a few $1,000s. I think about $3,000 or $4,000 more equipment in that truck. So I don't know if they're price conscious. They might want to decide between the 2 black ones, and you know, we'll just try to make sure we like I said, have everything as presentable as possible for them so they can better make that decision. I just got back from gassing those 3 vehicles, and we have an appointment that's coming in on this Lexus here, which, what is this thing? It's an IS 350. It's a 2017. It's got 30,366 miles on it. I can tell you that I know absolutely nothing about these cars. To be honest, this is probably the first time I ever actually sat inside one. We don't see a lot of them here. It's got the sunroof up top. We got the original window sticker, which is always nice because then you know exactly what the car has. This car brand new was $50,374 with the options that it has in it, and we're currently selling it for $30,777. One thing I like to do is take these cars out before somebody shows up and just give it a quick drive, because you know, oxidation and rust and stuff like that has built up on the rotors from the car sitting. I don't know if you hear that. I'm gonna take this for a quick ride, and like I said, just kind of wear off any oxidation, any rust on the rotors, and also kind of feel this car out, because like I said, I never even been in one. I never drove one that I can recall. Seems pretty sporty. It seems like it'd be fun to drive. I'm curious how it would handle on the bumpy road that we use on our test drives, because it has some real low profile tires, And you know, with that combined with, you know, a sporty suspension, I'm just curious how she handles the bumps. So let's go see. It's pretty torquey. And here's the bumpy road. You definitely feel the bumps. The car feels solid, but you feel every little imperfection in the road. You know, this is a very good judge of a car, this road, because like it's been paved over, but they just pave over the bumps and stuff. It always seems to be a real rough ride or like a washboard type road. And you know, I gotta tell you, like a lot of cars, you can really tell how they handle and how they drive. Like this being a 30,000 mile Lexus, I could tell you I could take a 30,000 mile Impala or Malibu and it's going to handle that road a lot better than this just did. Now maybe that's because this is sport tuned and it's a stiffer suspension. Could be tires being very low profile. You know, if you're looking for like a smooth ride and a real plush suspension, this wouldn't be for you. Handles turns nice, stays very flat, very level. This is one of my favorite parts about being in the auto industry, and especially at a dealership, because you get to drive like so many different types of cars, so many different things, and experience a lot of the competition. It's funny, working at a Chevy store, you know, the number of my last vehicles have all been Chevys, because it just makes sense for me to sell myself something, you know. And quite frankly, I really like the Chevy product. You know, other than Jeep Wrangler, the majority of my cars have been Chevrolet. And this is it's a nice place. It's a good place where you can kind of get a feel for things that are out there, whether it be, you know, Mercedes, BMW, Honda, Toyota. You know, it gives me a chance to drive and experience stuff without actually having to go to a dealership. It's got good power. Sounds good. We'll get this parked up front, we'll get it sanitized and ready for our 3 o'clock appointment. Quick update for you, the Lexus is sold. Going to get the exact miles off it. This is going to be a spot delivery, which means customers taking it home right now today. And then everything else is ready for the Canyon customers. I got all those trucks lined up ready to go, so when they show up they can take their test drives and look. $30,374. My customers are driving the Silver Canyon. They hopped in the one that had the smoke smell, and they agree with me. It smells a little cleaner, but you can still smell it. There's still a little bit of a smoke smell in that car. So they ruled that one out. They're looking at either the black one or the other black one or the silver one. The Lexus is sold. I'm getting that detailed right now, and I'm doubled up. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's around 4:30. It's 4:50, so it's about 5 o'clock. We normally close at 6:30. We'll be here probably late today to get these cars on the road, which is well worth it. You know, that's what we're here for. And we have to get the results of the fuel in the Trax, the Equinox, the Traverse. Which one needed the most fuel? Did you put that in the comments? Because we got to get the results, which is going to come up soon. 12,080, 12,080. Okay. My customers are moving forward with the Silver Canyon. This is the one that they chose. So we're filling out all the paperwork now for financing, all that sort of stuff. If all goes well and they're happy, they'll take it home today. The Lexus is in the same process. We're getting everything done on that. What time is it? It's now 5:38. We close at 6:30. We're going to be here later. We're going to be here probably till I would say 7:30. It's the go date, right? What's that? Closing in 9. I know, it feels like old times, right? As you can see, folks, we're still here. We're finishing up. We got the GMC Canyon all ready to go. I'm kind of lost as far as how to end this video. I really don't know what kind of footage I have. You know, it's one of the funny things when you're making these videos. I've been taking footage since 9 o'clock this morning, and I try to make a story along as I go, but you kind of lose track of what you said and when you said it and how you said it. So hopefully this video made some sort of sense and it was entertaining for you. I appreciate you watching, of course. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd truly appreciate that. And have yourself a good night.